In the backyard, ayy. Garden gone wild when the beat start, ayy. Neighbors looking out like, what's that shake? Whole block wiggle when the ground vibrate. Little dirt pile, see it start jumping. Brown line bend and the tail start pumping. Sprinkle a drip, now the crew feel brave. 20 fat worms do the wave in the pavement. First split open like a backstage door. They slide out slow, then they drop to the floor. One spin round, got the ants all lurking. Everybody yelling out, big worms twerking. Big worms twerking, wiggle in the mud. Backline squirm when they feel that thud. Backyard bounce, whole soil start jerking. Hands in the air for the big worms twerking. Big worms twerking, shake that ground. Tiny little booties make a thunder sound. Kids all scream, even birds stop chirping. World stand still for the big worms twerking. One got stripes like a candy cane stripe. One so thick, make the whole crew hype. They don't need shoes, they don't need change. They just hit splits in a puddle at the rain. Slug on the side like, teach me move. Snail too slow, but he feel those grooves. Beetle on the lawn, tryna act all certain. Camera in his claw for the big worms twerking. Big worms twerking, wiggle in the mud. Backline squirm when they feel that thud. Backyard bounce, whole soil start jerking. Hands in the air for the big worms twerking. Big worms twerking, shake that ground. Tiny little booties make a thunder sound. Kids all scream, even birds stop chirping. World stand still for the big worms twerking.
Good morning, everybody. Hello, good morning. Hey, Titanium, chasing mama. Good morning, mother. Motherfucker. Oh, I got up actually a little earlier today because we got to run errands, but we're waiting for a little bit. I was going to take y'all with us. I might. It depends on when we got to leave. We're waiting on someone else. So I was like, fuck it, I'm going to just go ahead and go live. I just wanted to check in with everybody. I hope y'all are having a great weekend. Our Saturday is rainy and thunderstorms, which I'm actually vibing with. I'm loving it. Hey, Jasu. Hey, Randa. Good morning, Indy. I've already talked to Indy a little bit. Got home from taking the littles to the bakery just in time. Hey, Lynn's. Rain and chilly here? Yeah, here too. It was thundering a little bit ago. It was Mimi's first thunder. She didn't get scared. She kind of got a little hyper. And Tony's dog, of course, needed her thunder buddy. So Tony had to cuddle her for a little bit. Oh, thank you, Titanium. It's my spring background. Y'all know I'm all about the aesthetics. Okay, so everything that's been going on. Okay, last time I was live, we talked about I reviewed Truth's live where he was talking about some things that he felt was inappropriate that Craig said, and I told y'all I hadn't seen it yet. So I did go back and look. Is it a weird statement? Yeah. Did I get creepy vibes from it? Like some of the stuff I hear Truth say? No. But regardless, like I didn't take it the same way they took it. And that's just how it is. That's how it's going to work. I don't try to force it down their throats that I see it differently though, but they do. They try that. Brittany and Center are still beefing, I guess. Center requested a truce and Brittany accepted the truce, but then kind of took her little digs after accepting the truce. She should have took her digs and then accepted the truce. She should have said, well, this is what I felt about his live, blah, 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 wonk, 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 wonk. But you know what? I will accept a truce. Because then that would have gave her, feeling like she has a say in what happened. Gang, gang. Hey, Nicole. No, I agree, Linz. She hasn't. But honestly, and I'm just gonna be real transparent here, I don't know if I would either. Like, what he did with that pregnancy news is just disgusting. It's deplorable. It's like, why? I understand he apologized, but to me, there's some things apologies won't help. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, she should. I mean, if he's held up his end, she needs to hold up hers. I need to go live more often. Yeah, and then titanium. Yeah, she's still sleeping. It's just like there's no helping her. You know what I'm saying? And I don't mean maybe she doesn't feel like she needs help. Maybe she likes the way things are going. I don't know, but yeah, she's still been falling asleep. And then there was like a clip of reality uh talking to her kids through the StreamYard because the kid was trying to wake Brittany up. Listen, I understand reality's just trying to hold it down as a friend. Uh, but you wouldn't be talking to my kid through the StreamYard. I'm just saying. Yes, I agree, Lens. I agree. I either wouldn't have accepted the truth or I would have talked the truth or I would have talked my shit and then accepted the truth on my own time. Um, and also them acting like Sinner suddenly this piece of shit abusive man. I wouldn't go that far. I've heard some people say he's as bad as um Truth. I wouldn't go that far at all. Sinner doesn't give me creepo vibes, you know. Um but he does talk to women like shit, just like I would if there was a comparison, I would say more so the comparison between him and Cletus, because Cletus talks his shit too, you know what I'm saying, to women. So if I was to compare anybody, it'd be them two because Sinner's not quite as nasty as Truth. Hey, Eric. So glad to see you. I'd say there's a lot of creeps around, whether. Oh, hold on. Tony just had to yell at one of the dogs. What happened? What happened? Who didn't? Oh, she jumped up on the recliner? Apollo was sleeping with Kate, and he, for whatever reason, he slept in the recliner last night. I guess he fell asleep watching South Park or whatever. But Apollo, the French bulldog, he gets in that big recliner with him, and apparently Mimi didn't see him because he was under the covers. She jumped up there right on top of him. Hey, Zero Jules. I think he does. I think there's different levels here. Like I think Center and Cletus talk shit to women uh about the same. But then again, it's like, how can they not talk shit to women in a 95%, 98% women arena? Um, so I do give that grace when I'm thinking about it. It's like, well, we're all women. It's mostly women. But y'all, it does look silly for anybody to be calling Cletus or Truth out for the way or Craig for the way they talk or speak to women. Um, and then go participate in a person's chat that does the same thing. I don't again, don't get that twisted. I don't think Center's anywhere near as bad as some of these people, but he does actually talk pretty shitty to women. It just is what it is. Right. Well, the drama community is predominantly women and that's how it should be, right? Like it's ingrained in women. We are who we are. But it's not ingrained in men. So, but whatever reason they stay over here. Center talks about kids like Truth does, and part of Center's truth was that none of Brittany's Discord can talk about him either. Well, I know there's different stories on what happened in the Discord. Some people said that they were attacking like his mental health and his military service. Brittany and them are saying that did not happen at all. I don't pretend to know, to be quite honest, Angela. And I did see your post this morning. It gave me something I wanted to think about. And yes, we're jumping all around the BNN, okay? Oh, speaking of BNN, I heard Center say that that was stolen from him by Soup. Soup didn't steal that shit. Nobody even knew you had Betty coverage called the BNN. And first off, the first person to bring up the BNN was Deetsy. And she damn sure didn't know that you had anything BNN about Bullhorn Betty on your channel because Deets don't watch you, never has. Nobody stole that from you. But Angela's post made me think like this Melissa stuff, like, I told y'all I don't trust that woman because she goes back and forth. Like, just like when she's with Queen and them, she's emailing Brittany or people on that side. Or if she's with Brittany and them and she hears somebody on the other side talking shit, she'll go on Brittany's panel, talk her shit publicly, and then behind the scenes email the one she talked shit about. It's very weird. It's very weird. And for her to be doing this moral grandstanding right now on how anybody over there while listening while Brittany falls asleep or adds to it or entertains it, embraces it, whatever, that is dangerous. Bitch, you was just over there a couple of days ago after a year and a half of this bitch sleeping. Don't say it's dangerous now. If it was dangerous now, it was dangerous then. And then you was over there before the pregnancy announcement. So fuck out of here. I can't even. Like, you knew Brittany was falling asleep for the past year and a half on the panel. You knew there was speculation of pregnancy or drugs or whatever. You knew there was that speculation, and you end up wanting to make peace with Brittany regardless, knowing that she a sleepy bitch for whatever reason. And now you want to say, oh, it's so dangerous. Anybody. No, bitch, stop. Stop. Yeah, well, she's flipped against Brittany again. Go. No, I know you all acting like we condone Craig is false. Nobody is there for him. No, I think y'all are all there for Brittany, and Craig aggravates the fuck out of most of y'all. That's what I think. And I also think that's not Craig's fault. I think that's Brittany's fault because she chooses to allow it. Stand on what you say, Titanium. That's right. Like, even when people, because whatever you say, nobody's going to fully agree with it. People are going to have their opinions and their thoughts on your opinions and thoughts. So make sure before you come out here with them, you stand on them. Oh, I forgot about the BJ panel or the Queen Bee panel. Thank you for reminding me of that, Kimber, because that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to scroll through the chat because I've got all these thoughts on multiple things, like because I haven't been going on. Listen, while they're out here doing all this mess, I'm out here looking. I'm scheduling my summer trip. I'm scheduling our St. Patty's Day pub crawl in Savannah, Georgia. These folks, I wish people would take more, like, I wish people would put in to themselves and their lives more than they do on YouTube. Like, I wish there was, I don't know how to explain it. I wish people wouldn't act like YouTube is everything. Like, cultivate your romance, your friendships, your family, cultivate those things, and then come here for the bullshit, But yeah, BJ going on Queen Bee is okay. Here's what I thought. Okay, I'm giving my true honest thoughts, okay? Brittany, you might get mad at me. Here's my thought. The whole, oh, well, I was in the chat. And Angela, don't get mad at me. Don't get mad. I mean, you might, but don't hate me because you get mad at me, okay? Um, But Angela and Brittany have been saying, it was because Queen Bee was playing Truth stuff where Truth was talking about her kids, and Brittany, Chasen was already over there, right? And Brittany decided to go in and say something because they were talking about her kids. Well, here's what I got to say about that. They've been talking about her kids for 2 years now, and she's never once felt the need to go into any of their chats and talk her shit back to them. Suddenly, she chooses Queen Bee's chat to do that in, and I'm not as dense to think that it's not because she knew it would take a hit at center. You had the past 2 years to go in and tell some folks about themselves, about your kids, about talking about your kids. That wasn't the first time Queen's panels talked about her kids or shown anybody talking about her kids. Not at all. Good morning, Miss Momikins. Yeah, your husband should be off limits, Angela. Nobody should be doing that. That's part of the problem here. And to hear Clue saying yesterday, I did listen to a portion of her live stream, and she's talking about how somebody supposedly looked up somebody and she just clutched her motherfucking pearls about it. And it's like, are you kidding? You do that too. She was like looking up folks, family members and shit. Bro, you looked up this bitch's dead grandfather, dead best friend. Like, hello. But, anyways, the Queen Bee panel, for whatever her reasons are, she chose to go up there. I am actually glad that she kind of stood firm when Queen was trying to tell her, lie to her. Queen was trying to, gaslight her about what her intentions were on that video. I'm glad she stood firm and said, Queen, you know what it was. You know what you were doing. But then it didn't get much further than that. Because some crazy lady came up. And no, not the crazy lady. First, Sarah's suspicions came on and tried to make it about Clue's daughter. Brittany kept telling her no, she was not. That was a hard line for her. She was not going there. She did not want to speak on that. Sarah kept pushing, then went to Nana. Then some other crazy bitch got up there and brought up Clue's daughter again. Brittany was saying, I ain't going there. I don't want to do that. I ain't ever talked about her daughter's trauma. I don't want nothing to do with that. And then Clue gonna bring her stupid ass up there. Why are you talking about my daughter? Don't be talking about me, fiance, or my daughter. Well, how about you rewind, stupid? You just looked a whole fucking fool. She been trying to not talk about your situation. But since we're into it, I know some people feel like her reading that article was attacking Clue's daughter, but the timeline speaks boldly and differently. The timeline, Brittany, when they did that article and went over it and was trying to connect Clue's ex to Chris Proudfoot, that was before Clue ever hit any panel, meaning Queen Bee's panel, and told people that one of the victims involved in that article was her daughter. That's when everybody found out. And if I'm not mistaken, most everybody kind of fell back from, like, all the discussions had were before that panel appearance. Well, they always make it about them. Chasing, that's another topic of discussion. Chasing is just the devil for talking shit and saying, oh, We should get to name the baby, all this stuff. Like she was just talking shit. She basically chasing caught hell for 2 days straight for being kind to Brittany in her chat. For being kind, not kissing her ass, for being kind. JP, Brittany, Chasen, they was all in there talking shit, and that was a problem for a lot of people. Then Chasen goes up there to explain things on Queen's panel. Here comes old Tweedledee, B. Tim, and has to make it all about Joneson. Oh, well, weren't you in the chat when Joneson doxed me? And Chasen clocked that shit. She was like, that was a Google photo. It wasn't a dox view. Well, what about her showing the fake image I sent her? Well, keyword here, dummy, is fake. It was so good. And then question about Discord. I guess B Tim thinks I really do have something going on in my Discord about him. It's not, it doesn't happen. Even Chasen told him, like, I never see Joneson in Discord because she doesn't. I'm hardly ever in there. No kindness allowed around here. She was just kind. That's it. Now, she did ask Brittany if she had had ultrasounds or, been examined. And Brittany said that she had, but prior she said that she hadn't. So everybody's grasping onto that too. And it's like, okay, she's a liar. And but if she hasn't been to the doctor, because I did connect something in my head yesterday when I was talking to my mama about all this. And I was like, I just don't understand why she doesn't have Medicaid. You automatically get it. So, and it's nothing to be ashamed of, but I'm like, I just don't understand why she doesn't have Medicaid. And now I'm thinking she doesn't have Medicaid because she did say it on Queen's panel the other day that she doesn't have any government assistance. If she doesn't have Medicaid, is it because she hasn't went to the doctor to be confirmed pregnant so that they could put her? Because that's when they do it. That's when they put you on the Medicaid, is when you go to the doctor, you're confirmed pregnant, basically. You're letting them know, hey, this is what's going on. I think I'm pregnant. They confirm it, and it gets set up to Medicaid. You got to go. You got to go through it. You know what I'm saying? You got to go through. They kind of help you with it too. They kind of give you where you need to go, how you need to apply, what you got to do. If she doesn't have Medicaid, in my opinion, it's because she hasn't seen a doctor. So there's that. Which we do know she had a hospital visit recently, so I will give her that. That if she had a hospital visit, I think she said it was for her tooth. But if she went to the hospital, they would have seen she was pregnant, and they would have probably did an exam just to make sure the baby was okay. I don't think so. Happy holidays. I mean, of course there are varying programs, right, with Medicaid, but pregnancy Medicaid is just pregnancy Medicaid. I think it's, if I'm not mistaken, it's the same standard Medicaid for pregnant women in general. Yes, you're saying they will allow you to get on it despite your income if you don't have insurance and are pregnant. Yes, I worked when I was working, when I found out I was pregnant, I was working at Advanced Auto Parts. I was making good money. I was a driver for them. And I still got my pregnancy Medicaid. In North Carolina, you need to be at 201% below federal poverty level. So what would that be? Yeah, no, this is in my opinion, not stated as fact. These are just the thoughts that have went through my mind. You sign up, yes, then get approved, not approved based on your income. At least that's what I've always known it to be. chasing got some hella heat the other day. Right. For pregnant, yeah, and to me, it's the same thing. Like I had Medicaid, and then after you had the child, you could either get on your what you call it, your own private health insurance, or if you didn't meet the pay, like if you were under, you could be offered extensions of Medicaid, right? Like Peach State or I can't remember the other one's name. And that's where eventually they will drop you off and your kid can have it until they're 18. This is just from what, and that's why I said the other day, if I was pregnant, I'd be on that Medicaid immediately. I'd be taking advantage of everything I could. The WIC, all of it. The WIC was a pain in the ass, but it was worth it, especially because we weren't great off when I was pregnant. I made okay money. I made good money, but we weren't great off, So, and we were new growing parents. That WIC saved us sometimes. Yeah, yeah. Pregnant onion, all the things WIC saved us. Yes, give me that cheese, give me the cereal, give me the milk, give me the bread. I need it all. Hey, Tiff. Hey, Christy. WIC is a good program. Like I said, it's a pain in the ass to go through. But, hey, did you call Colin again? All of the dairy. Hey, PJ. Every state's not the same. No, not technically. But when it comes to Medicaid, I don't know. I'd have to look more into it. This is just what I know of it. But again, I've also only had one kid. But I'm basing it off of like friends of mine who've had to have it and everything. They said I made too much money. I made barely enough. Really? She might make too much. But I thought it didn't matter. Like I said, I worked, I made good money, and they still gave me that pregnancy Medicaid. And it could be because of what Jason said. It's not the mother being paid for, it's the child's insurance, the unborn child's insurance. Yeah, we all, that's what we have to do. We have to work our way up. Medicaid is federal, and federal rules are income based. So why, if I was making, hey Paige, maybe it's changed, which again, Caden's 14 years old, so this was 14 years ago. But I was making good money and they still gave me Medicaid. Because y'all got to think she's also considered a single parent. She's not married. I don't know, but they do. That's one of the things that, like, they're accusing her of being on government assistance, asking for money. And she's telling them she's not on government assistance. She said it on Queen's panel again the other day. A lot of people, Lens. That's the problem. A lot of people. Like, I feel like nobody should even know about her insurance in general. Like, when Truth was talking about it the other day, it was like, why did he talked about her insurance? And the first thought to my mind was, why does he even know what her insurance deal situation is, you know? Each state operates its own program, setting unique eligibility. Thank you, Nicole. Okay, well, there you go. There's the answer. Each state does. Oh, wow. That's so shitty. I don't know, Petunia. That's what I found so weird. Fuck her insurance. The passing out is the issue, in my opinion. And she just keeps doing it. And she knows people are going to keep talking. So whatever. At this point, it's like, what can you do? Hey, Deb. No, it is, it's become more concerning. Like, it's always been concerning her sleepiness. But, like, I was thinking when I first found out she was pregnant, like, thank God. So it's because she was falling asleep because of pregnancy, right? First trimester probs. But then somebody, I think Nonsense did the timeline, and it's been going on since October 2024. So it's not because she's pregnant. I don't know why it is, but and to me, I've kind of ignored it. Like, it is what it is. She's going to keep going to sleep. It's on her. People are going to keep talking about it. Um, but it is more concerning now since she has confirmed that she's pregnant, because it's like, if she's already not getting enough, if that's what it is, if she's not getting enough sleep, how's it going to go? She's, I don't know. Hey, just the RN. Right, Remy, I agree. Craig supposedly showing up for court shirtless. Don't know if it actually happened. Can never, the same way they say never believe what Brittany says, I don't believe what they say either. Like, they're all taken with a grain of salt. But just like him showing up to court, I can have my opinion on it if that's what he did. All disrespectful. But outside of that, I don't give a fuck, because him showing up to court shirtless doesn't really affect my livelihood. Like, Brittany having a child doesn't affect me. Like, people are out here acting like her passing out is somehow causing stress in their lives. It's wild. I mean, I don't know what kind of stress it could cause. It could not be me. It could not be me. I'm not more concerned for you than you are concerned for yourself, and that's just how I roll. I can't do it. If her falling asleep affects me, then yeah, I would probably care, but it doesn't. I don't know. They're saying Craig did, but I don't know if that's true. I will say though, even though I don't know if it's true or not, it wouldn't surprise me. It really wouldn't. It would not surprise me at all. Nice, titanium. Okay, so it is different where she's at. Problem solved. That's what they're saying. Yeah, Linz, they're saying, and I don't know how they know. Maybe Julie. And you know what I've said about that perfectly? Like, that's not, BJ and her victimhood is not anything new, right? Like anybody that's been here, I mean, I guess it is kind of new to Clue and Truth in them, but anybody who's been here since been here, it's not, and who has seen the patterns, it's not very shocking, Brittany's victim status, right? But it's like I was saying to a friend in Discord when I went into the call the other night, like, the worst part about it is she already has her own victimhood status, but these people are literally forcing her into victimhood in their own way. Like they are turning her into a victim. And to me, that's different to have your own, to be a victim of everything in general is who you are as a person. Then that would be different to me than having other people actually making me a victim. And I think everybody benefits off the drama. It's just how I feel. Oh yeah, Remy, I can understand. Like, and see, that's the difference for me. I was telling y'all the other day, like, I can go into MJ's live. Well, MJ doesn't do lives on the Britney stuff. I can go into Allie's and listen to Allie and MJ or Allie and Jen Lou give their opinions. I can listen to that all day long. And it doesn't bother me. And I think it's because they have shown, right, their pattern of behavior, their personality traits have shown, their character has shown they're not these nasty, evil people who do the same kind of shit. So I can listen to Allie and MJ talk about it or Wolfie. I can hear them give their opinions, but when I hear these other people give their opinions on Britney, when they are no better, it does. It irks my fucking soul. It's not the BJ coverage, it's who's doing the BJ coverage. If you're just as shitty of a person as you say she is, I ain't even trying to hear it. That's why I started doing my lives in the first place. Because, yeah, Brittany might be shitty, but y'all are the same, if not worse. Y'all are making yourselves worse. Yeah, right, Deb. You don't think he went shirtless, MJ? You think maybe they're saying not a dress? I don't know. They're saying he was completely shirtless, but who can prove it? You know what I'm saying? That's part of the problem is putting things out there like that, and we don't even have a way to prove it or disprove it. Hold on. Everybody's at and Penny. What'd Penny say? Let me come up here and see if I can find it. Oh, Penny. Hey everyone, I have the gifted membership to Julie's channel and watched her weepy live. Craig did not show up shirtless. Julie didn't approve of his new NJ attorney because of what he wore on Zoom. What? God, that I just read that like a 5-year-old. Let's redo that. Hi, everyone. I had a gifted membership to Julie's channel and watched her weepy live. Craig did not show up shirtless. Julie didn't approve of his New Jersey attorney because of what she wore on Zoom. Interesting. I wonder if that's true. Is that what she said on her members only, Penny? Is that what you're telling us? No, it wouldn't surprise me if the attorney did tell him, "Hey, make sure you're dressed up or, dressed decently," and he still just rolled out of bed and was shirtless. That wouldn't surprise me, but it's not the typical thing to do, right? It's like that's like disrespecting the courts. Yeah, that rumor grew multiple legs. I heard that Julie couldn't see him, but heard the judge tell him to put a shirt on. Lord. Y'all see how this rumor? Yeah, it does grow legs. So she didn't approve of the attorney shirt? I don't know. Yeah, Julie is cray cray too. Yeah, no. If she's able to get this RO, I will be absolutely shocked because which I feel like I don't know how court proceedings for ROs go, but would Craig and Brittany or Craig have the opportunity to show the harassment being done to him and his family by Julie? Let's not forget, Julie called several different agencies on her. Interesting. So now we got two different stories. Objection! Where's the bow ties? Oh yeah. Absolutely titanium. Does anybody know what headband she wore to court? Who, Julie? Nope. I don't know shit about their court appearance. Right, Petunia. Yeah, no. And not to mention the admission of calling people. We're good. I'm just putting my Crocs on. I'll let you lock the dogs up since I'm live. The admission of calling agencies on her. Somebody else's lawyer attorney wore bow ties too recently. Who was that? The little old man. Was that? I don't remember what that was. She has a million headbands. So would it be continued? That's weird. I don't know. We're going to run some errands. We're going on a road trip to Athens. Going to eat some lunch in Athens. Home of the Bulldogs, baby. Woof. She does, Bo. Was it Leilani's lawyer had bow ties? Yeah, the cute little old man. Can you stop babying that dog and get ready? Can I pet that dog? Yeah, not the dogs.
She needs her thunder buddy.
Is she going with us? Yeah, I think, well, Julie needs to get a grip. Brittany needs to get a grip. Craig needs to get a grip. Truth needs to get a grip. Clue and Cletus need to get a grip. Granny needs to get a grip. Nonsense, especially. That bitch is doing some weird shit. She needs to get a grip. Everybody needs to get a grip. Everybody's out here acting a fool.
Bed.
Go bed, baby.
Go.
No, not my big bed. Your bed. She thinks she's G-O-I-N-G. Yes, we have to spell going. Because if we say it like how most dogs are like, ride? Yeah, no, it's the same with going. And now she's back. Why did you not lock her in? She heard me say it. Why did you not lock her in? Me or Nolly, you're not going.
Well, ma'am.
No. Waiting on me. We're not going. No. Here, I'll show y'all. Hold on, let me turn my camera. Hold on, I'm showing them her. What's she doing? Her thinks her's going riding. Her not going riding. Her not going riding. Go. She's standing with me thinking that I'm going to get her. Go. No, you're not riding. Tony. No, you're not. You can't, baby. Oh my goodness, y'all. Are we going in your car? Taking mine?
Yeah.
I'm driving?
No.
Oh. Oh shit. Lee. Hold on, I'm gonna read your comment in just a second, Lee. Hey, stop yelling at me. That's Mimi and her pen. Nala, y'all, I'm so sorry. Nala, bed now.
She ain't getting in bed. She's going. Come on.
She's going?
Yeah, I ain't got time.
We're not gonna be able to stop and eat lunch.
I ain't got time for all this shit.
No.
Come on, Nala. Come on. Here. You go crank the car.
Nala, no, I'm gonna help
Let's
you.
go.
Come on, Nala. Bed. Come on, Nala.
You go, so.
This is your bed. I don't mind if she goes, but we won't be able to eat.
Her up.
Or we could leave the car running with her. No, I'm not muted.
Just do that so I can get my dog put up.
Hold on.
Keep doing this shit.
Oh, she just gave him hell. She just gave him hell. Hey, we're leaving. I love you. You put the top gate up?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We said by the end of business day on the 19th, there was not an attorney. She went to court and the screen came on. Brittany and the attorney appeared. At some point, the judge admonished Craig for not having a shirt on. I thought the RO was just against Craig, not Brittany too. Your dog is misbehaved. You should do something about that. Bad as hell. No, she just refused to go in her room. It's me. Yeah, I don't know, saying. Yeah, this one was supposedly just Craig. I don't know why Brittany would appear. It was. That's why Julie was upset to see Brittany. I didn't bring my purse or anything. I don't need it.
You don't need it.
Hey, Mama Bear. These fucking animals. But that's why it's just so much confusion. Like people will put stuff out there, tidbits of information, but not disclose everything or not come with some kind of proof. I heard Clue saying the other day that she thinks that Center has some wild ass shit against Brittany in the background and that she believes everything he does. It's something he does. So I don't know to believe if he's got info on her or not, or behind the scenes tea or not. Yes, she is another victim. I agree with that, Kimber. Yes, Craig did have an attorney, apparently. Like everybody's out of control. Why are we going so fast? Are we behind?
Doing 30 mile an hour.
No, I mean, I feel like we're in a rush now.
Hold on, babe.
Yeah. I agree, Mama Bear. It's hard to know, you know. Unfortunately. I watched Julie's live. She did not want it recorded, but said we could talk about it. She will get the transcript and hold another live. Yeah, that's about the only way anything can be proven, right? It's with those transcripts. Yeah, no, I don't know if she said she was a sinner, but I don't know. It was the little portion of her live I listened to yesterday. She was talking about how it's going to be BJ versus Sinner, and whoever comes out with the proof or verification of things being said first will be the winner. And that she believes what Sinner's saying, and it's like, bruh, that's why you keep ending up in these shit situations. Don't you be backseat driving, just ride, motherfucker. Well,
She can't help it. Never ends.
it doesn't never end.
You'll see. Receipts today.
Oh my God, he's terrible on the interstate, y'all. It's so bad. Are we stopping or anything? Still have to have this drink. I don't want that drink. I want a monster. What?
Gotta leave an hour early if I take you anywhere to get there on time.
Why? You said you got stopped for gas anyway. What's the harm in getting me a monster? No, because I'm on the stream. I can't use my card. It's fine. I'll drink this nasty story.
Nasty.
Yes, I don't want a story right now. Can we go through Duncan? If not, Duncan's just as quick. Duncan's just as quick, and they have the fully loaded hash brown.
Oh, I can't stand.
Thank you for saying that. I'll survive. Okay, so I watched Julie's live. Also, we is 100% accurate. BJ was on camera thinking she would handle it. Craig appeared shirtless. Next court date is 3/12, and Craig must appear in person. Woo! Okay, and where's Julie? Is she in? She's in New Jersey, so he's gonna have to fly to New Jersey. Baby, I'm fine.
I gotta get gas.
Get gas, but I'm fine with this story. You're gonna lose that motherfucking tone.
No, I'm not.
You heard?
I'm not.
You heard me?
You heard me. I'm not.
You heard me.
You heard me.
Lose that tone. Next time you speak
Lose
to me.
this. Lose this.
Next time you speak to me, you better put some respect on it.
We done or ain't we finished?
Is we done or is we finished?
Nobody on your YouTube gonna know what's that.
No, it's not. MJ, I'll fuck you up. They say respect the worm, Tony. They say respect the worm. I wonder how somebody look up the flight rates to New Jersey from where's she at? North Carolina? They could take the kids to the Jersey Shore and make a trip out of it. I mean, they could, but then they'd have to pay tickets for everybody. Or are they already going to have to? Oh my God, I don't know. Is Brittany okay? I don't see Craig being able to do it by himself. So Brittany's going to probably want to go. They either going to have to take the kids or get somebody to watch the kids. I don't know. Not my business. I ain't babysitting, so don't concern me. You think Julie's holding them accountable? I don't. I don't think you get to be equally as harassing, toxic, and negative to people and then cry when they're the same back to you. That's I don't think there's any. I hope the courts hold Julie accountable if they're gonna hold Brittany or Craig and their shit talking accountable. That's just my opinion though. Just my opinion. Insane to think they are going to show up. Oh. Well, in case they do show up, somebody tell Brittany, make sure to tell Brittany, because in case she don't hear it, somebody tell her, oh, Tony's going in. Hold on, I done threw my cigarette out. Somebody tell Brittany to put all of Julie's harassment on a thumbnail. All of her claims, all of her agency calls. Not on a thumbnail, on a thumb drive. Do not use a burner phone if you are for sure going. Bye, Nunya. Have a good day. Julie is a lying little crybaby. Well, I do think she's a crybaby. And I think, yeah, she is being malicious. She's been hassling. Like, I remember a year ago when I would do live streams and I would cover something that Julie was doing, and I would have to remind people, y'all, like, Brittany don't even speak on Julie like that. She don't even fuck with Julie like that. Julie's just constantly poking and prodding at her. Like, and Brittany, for the most part, ignored her for a long time. Like, Brittany pokes and prods at a lot of people, right? And some people will consider that responses. Some people will consider it poking. But Julie was not one of them for a long time. It would always be Julie doing something and her responding to Julie. If she even did. Sometimes she wouldn't even respond to Julie. Well, I don't deny that at all, Britt. Again, like, I can think, their lifestyle is weird as fuck. Their schedule is weird as fuck. I can think her partner is weird as fuck. I can think she's weird as fuck, but it still doesn't impact my life. So I don't feel the need to be out here talking about how weird they are all the fucking time, 8 hours at a time, every day, when they don't affect my life. Raining like crazy, and we're about to be on the interstate, and he drives like a lunatic on the interstate. Yeah, she ain't scared. Oh, hold on. Hey, dude, are you talking about Julie or Brittany? Because I honestly don't think either one of them are scared. I wanted to clarify that because I didn't know who you were talking about. I agree, Zero Jules.
Flying.
You didn't have to go. I told you didn't have to do that. Super coffee?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
Starbucks?
no.
Oh, it's mocha.
Yeah, whatever it
It's
is.
like that shake we had last night was gem mocha.
Yeah, man, what the fuck is Jumbo?
I don't know.
I still don't have that again.
Gem mocha?
Yeah,
Gem
why?
mocha me crazy?
Wait a minute. That's how it's
Gem mocha me crazy?
Jamocha.
I'm making a pun off of it. God, can you not just... I feel like this is the drama community, the shit talking. That's what it used to be. Now this is the real life community. Okay, none of these weak bitches handle shit talking without needing to dive into your whole livelihood. Fucking weirdos. Tell me you're weak without telling me you're weak. And if they're not diving into every bit of your livelihood, they're threatening court against you. Like, surrounded by a bunch of weak bitches. Well, they're saying Brittany was there, so did Craig do it with the lawyer? Not do it. Oh, God, that sounded bad. Did Craig set up the lawyer or did Brittany? I think Brittany had to have done it. She was prepared for that one, but damn, she wasn't prepared for hers, was she? That was shitty. Yes, Miss Momikins. She does. That's another one. Like, I think that Granny has more of a reason or right to be going back and forth with Brittany the way she does. But she also lies about shit. She also changes history and twists things to benefit her. They all do. They're all the same. I agree, Zero Joel. Craig's a shit talker. White boy does real life stupidity. I agree with that. Yes, we can agree with that. We can agree with that to an extent, Eric. Here's my problem. She keeps going back and forth with him. I mean, it's very possible since now they know she is pregnant, which we won't know unless they try, right? Unless they try to show us. But it's very possible that if Brittany stopped responding to them, they would fade back for a little while, at least until she, has the baby. I don't know. But she involves herself in the chaos just as much. And even when I say she involves herself in the chaos just as much, like, I still don't agree with the dog pile and the grouping up. Like, for instance, the way she welcomes people in or so quick to hate on, that's and create these parasocial relationships. That's a lot of her problem, and she keeps doing it. Just like she let Melissa come over, not our Melissa, TikTok Melissa. Why would you trust her? Like, why? I don't understand. She's talking about a phone call they had. Why would you have done that? That kind of shit is exactly like you keep ending up in the situation you end up in. Oh, that is good. No, there's no clean hand. Looking at her uterus seems intrusive. It absolutely is. And I will never believe anything other than they stole that information from her. And I just don't think that's forgivable. I agree. I agree with that, Stella. I do agree that both sides should have that mentality, Eric, and pause for now. I think both sides should too. I really do. And then, everybody's got a problem with her grift. We've always known Brittany to be a grifter. Like, I used to talk shit to Brittany about her dry begging and shit. But it kind of takes me back to when we used to be all up in arms about Dolly, right? How he would say he's going to do this and that and this and that, and he needs this and that to be able to do those things. And then he would never do those things, right? We would call it out like, what are you doing? You ain't even doing anything with the stuff your subs gave you money for. Like, what are you doing? You're manipulating and taking from your subs. But then it got to a point where it's like, but the subs keep doing it. They keep paying. Like, so should we really care so much as to her grift if her supporters still want to support her and give her money? They know, they've heard Craig say he's got money in his pocket. You know what I'm saying? So they're not, nobody's dumb to it. If they still choose to send her money or send her gifts, that's their decision. And I don't think it should be called out of her grifting all the time if they're willing to do it, support it. And we got to the exact same place when it came to Dolly, to where it's like, well, I mean, he might be emotionally manipulating his subs, but they're the ones that keep paying for it. Leave it be. On chair Dolly. Coco, that's my biggest thing is I would understand, let's say this. I would understand if Chasen went live and gave her opinions on Brittany that didn't align with Brittany, right? I would understand that and I would take it more to heart. If Chasen went live and called Brittany J out for grifting, I would take it more to heart. Why? Because Chasen doesn't grift herself. But that's the problem. All these other motherfuckers do grift. Actually, I don't, other than Clue, I don't really think Clue grifts. But the rest of them do, and yet they sit there and call her out for it. Y'all are all in the same soup pot calling each other out for shit. It's weird. Right, Jin Lu, not my pocketbook, not my business. I have the same policy for uteruses. Yes. Oh, really, Eric? I haven't listened to Dolly in a while. Yeah, they made him look like an ass, didn't they? Brittany missed the biggest grift she could have ever made. Live, the conception. Who gives a shit on when this YouTube baby was conceived? Like, that's weird as fuck. I mean, they timelining no Tessa. They timelining, girl. Live, the conception. Could you imagine a porno? That's what that TikTok live was. It was the beginning of the porno in the red room. They made babies that night, literally. Tony's driving good right now, guys. It won't last long, though. Yeah, she does. I won't give her much either, but she doesn't grift. She doesn't ask for money. She just brags. Yeah. Kimber. Me too, Miss Momikins. Hundreds and thousands of dollars. Saying that's so funny. Yeah, that was the beginning of it. Hey, Just Crystal. Will you come over here and hang out with us? We just spectating from the sidelines, girl. All opinions welcome. I pray that's what I said too. Like, I don't care anything of like I don't mean this in a bad way, but I just don't care that she's pregnant. Like I don't want to sound bad. I think it's a blessing. I think all babies are a blessing. So I don't want to take away and say, well, I'm sorry, I just don't care. I don't care. It's her baby, her life. I just don't care. I hope the best for her and that baby. That's what I hope for. Outside of that, I don't give a fuck. Grandma Sherry got the biggest super chat. I got a super chat. Oh, Eric, I said that as soon as I found out she was pregnant. As soon as she confirmed it, I said, and y'all was out here trying to make it seem like they never did the bump and grind. They never bumped uglies. And here she is, pregnant as fuck. Need to cut the crossbone. Need to cut the crossbone. You're gonna stop.
I'll do it. I'll do what I want. I'm gonna do what I want.
That's what you're gonna do.
Oh, she beat me. Stop it.
I will beat you. Keep on.
Already recording.
You'll catch the fans. Right, Tammy. Like, is it the best thing? Probably not. But, it's her deal to figure out. I would definitely say, there are things in my mind that I don't come out here and publicly speak on that I find concerning. But again, it's not, I'm just not obtuse to the point where I feel like I need to come out here and tell everybody my concerns about another person's life. It's just not what I do. Right. Whether we agree or disagree, it don't matter. The uglies have been bumped and the baby is coming soon. Keep that shit in your bedroom. We don't want to know. You know it. Captain Avi, I hope you're well, you know it. What? You talking about the shape? I need a balance. Huh? Not about all four? I'm trying to figure out the psychology behind the obsession. You won't. You won't figure it out, Ursula. You know what I think it is? I think that anybody that can get this hyper focused on someone else's life that they know through the internet, it's because they're bored in their own life. That's literally what I think. They just don't have anything going on that keeps them busy. I think it's a bunch of bored people. Hey, KCG. Right. I think so too, Sam. You think it's self-hatred? I think it could be. It could be boredom. It could be maybe because hurt people, right? And I tend to think that in general, like miserable people are going to be miserable about other or try to make other people miserable. So I think it could be many things. That's why we'll never understand the psychology behind the obsession because it's probably a different reason of the obsession for each one. Right, Lacey? They are. That's the whole reason I started covering all of this stuff. I don't think Brittany's the best person in the world. I can tell you things automatically that I like about Brittany. And I can tell you things automatically I don't like about Brittany. I like her music tastes. I love that she knows all the songs, all the movies. She's into the movies and music. I love that. I love how kind she is when she's talking to her chat. You know, every now and then she'll get out of pocket and be defensive, but for the most part, like, she's always complimenting people on their pictures, and some people will say that's part of the manipulation, and it might be. But you know, those are just a few things that I like about Brittany. I like her accent. I won't tell you a few things I don't like about Brittany. I'll just tell you one: that schedule. And I think that schedule leads to a better life in general for anybody and everybody. I was a expecting mother, right? Who didn't want kids. Me and Tony both. Like, it was not part of our dreams to have a child. Our dreams were traveling and just living our lives together. But as soon as I had that baby, even before I had the baby, like, I already knew, like, schedule. And I will tell y'all, 14 years later, we're still on a schedule, aren't we, baby? It does evolve. It changes. Like, the older he gets, the longer he gets to stay up on a school night. Right now, he gets to stay up till 11. And that's because he's in middle school, so he doesn't have to get up as early as the other kids. When he goes to high school next year, probably at least until sophomore, I'm still going to make him go to bed at 11. At some point, he will be given his own freedom to put himself to bed, which we do give him that a little bit now. We're kind of going into it. But scheduling is everything. I'll tell you that. Tony will tell you that. Everything. Like, we have had that schedule. We eat dinner by 7 at the latest every single night of our lives, haven't we? And then bedtimes have always been routine. Bathing and showers and caring for yourself, maintenance has always been routine. It's just, it's necessary. It's necessary. A schedule would change her whole fucking life, and I just don't know why she doesn't do it. And I know she says, you know, she's got the autistic son that has trouble sleeping. I think that's because his mama and daddy have trouble sleeping and maybe don't have the schedule right for parents. But again, that's one thing I would change, but it's not my business. I hope the best for him. What's going on about Petty? No, she absolutely has a routine test, but that routine absolutely works against her in every way possible in her life. I'm sorry, it's just that's an opinion no one will ever be able to change, is that scheduling is absolutely necessary for me, for Tony, for Caden, for our dogs. Our dogs are on a schedule. If Tony sits in the living room when he gets home from work, if he sits there 30 minutes longer than he normally does, his dog will be in there telling him, hey, bedtime. We need to go to bed. Andy, can you repeat what's going on with Petty and what are you talking about? Oh, Petty commented. Hold on, let me try to find it. Sorry, y'all, I'm way behind. All due respect, there's nothing a tone can put out without people saying it is faked. It is ridiculous. What do you mean? Y'all just been chatting it up and I've just been riding and running my motherfucking mouth. They make money. I don't disagree, but they do not ask for money. BJ has conned all of her subs. Who? Oh, you talking about Clue and Cletus make money? They do, Mama. Mama Bear, kids thrive on routine, but so do parents. It's not always easy to keep the routine either, right? Yeah. But see, those are things I have a problem with saying. I just don't talk about it. Because, my child's not going to be affected by her child's schedule. I'm not going to be affected by her schedule, if that makes sense. Oh, okay. Y'all are talking amongst yourselves. I'm sorry, Petty. I was making sure it wasn't nothing that you were asking of me. But honestly, I would really say that schedule is because I've never had a close friendship with Brittany, so I know there are other things that Brittany does that gets under people's skin, like ex-friends of hers feel like she manipulates and she lies all the time. And to me, that could very well be true, but I'm not a victim of it, so it doesn't affect me as much. But I can understand why it does, the ones that have been close with her. I just don't have a dog in that fight. That's why she may be manipulative, she may be a bad friend, she may be a liar, whatever everybody thinks she is. But the only thing that bothers me about Brittany is her schedule. That's crazy. That's crazy. But it does improve or diminish livelihoods. So, yeah, I mean, if Brittany and Craig love their lifestyle, let them love it. Like, it ain't our business. I don't want to judge them just because their lifestyle doesn't fit what I think is a normal lifestyle. But I think everybody should be given that grace. I agree, Remy. I agree. But that's why when it comes to Clue and Cletus, I don't know what it is. I don't know what their reasons are or why they're so entertained by her or, whether in a good or bad way. Because I don't know, is it because y'all are so miserable in your own lives? Is it because you're bored? Same thing for nonsense. But see, it's different for me when it comes to Clue and Cletus because Clue and Cletus don't need YouTube money. They don't grift for money on YouTube. So to me, it's like, so what's your what are you getting from it? Does it make you feel better, or does it just give you some reprieve from boredom? I think it could be either. I don't have license for us to say license, but they're in downtown Athens. I thought we were going to Athens. Is it past Athens? Before Athens? We might not be in downtown Athens. Yeah, I think a lot of people do. I think I agree with that. I do think a lot of people enjoy being a bee. But there's a reason, right? There's always going to be a reason to why people are bees. Hey, Kelsey. Glad to see you, love. Oh, me too, Sane. I love having these discussions. But when I'm standing up, not even necessarily standing up for Brittany, but every time I go live to say, hey, y'all do the same thing she does. Why are y'all calling her out? It becomes, oh, you're a Brittany simp, or you're this side or that side. I'm no side. I'm Jones's side. I care for me and me only. Well, that's not true. I care for me. Down here and chasing the disco girls, and y'all know what I mean. Y'all know what I mean. I like having these discussions. Hey, Casey Blues. My goats have a damn din ritual. If we mix it up, if my boyfriend feeds them, they run around like Scott's falling. Well, that's what I like to do too, Teddy. I like to talk. Is that a boss? I like to talk about everything I see, but people don't like that. Like I can talk about things wrong that I see with Brittany, and Brittany gets mad. I can talk about things I see with Queen or B Tim, and they get mad, or Blue and Truth. It's just like I'm just talking about the things I'm observing. Y'all are putting this content publicly out on this platform. Why can I not have my opinion, but everybody else can? No, I'm done with that. I'm gonna have my opinion. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. That's okay. And you can tell me you don't like it. But just be respectful. Don't call me out my name. Don't treat me as if I kicked your puppy dog. I'm team I don't give a fuck OG triple OG. Yes, Remy, that's exactly what I'm saying. And it's hard for people to know what to trust that's told about things. That's why you need to always, like, if you're going to listen to a channel give you the history of somebody, you need to make sure they have those receipts, the history as well, the things to show you that this is indeed how it went down. But I agree with you. It's like this moral grandstanding of people that have done the same thing as what they're calling Brittany out for. So it's what's that called? Infinity kerfuffle? An infinity kerfuffle. That's what we're going to say. It doesn't stop. It keeps going round and round and round. Leave my puppy alone. You talking to me? You talking to me? Talking to me? You talking to me, MJ? I'm gonna need you to change that word. If you're talking to me, MJ, I'm gonna need you to change that like word to love. I love you, but I don't always love your opinions. That's true. Me and MJ, we had the best conversation the other day in the Discord call. And I was like, imagine us sitting here disagreeing with each other right now in this call, and I don't hate you for it, and you don't hate me for it. And we just had, it was a lovely discussion. It was a good discussion. And that's what makes me thankful for these people I've surrounded myself with. That's true, Patty. Um, Not quite this bitter, Angela, but conspiracy driven, yes. Oh, I agree with that, Stella. Listen, Clue had like somebody posted a screenshot. It was like Clue had like 1.6 in her chat, and Queens went down to like 265. She's shadow banned though. I don't know why, but she's definitely Queen is shadow banned. But here's my question: why is it too much, Patty? Why does things that she does that you don't agree with, right? And I'm coming at you, and I'm not even coming at you. I'm just asking you a question. Um, and I'm willing to accept whatever response you give me. This is just a genuine question that I come up with when I seen that comment. I don't like BJ. I never will. I don't like people who act like she does. It's gross. I couldn't care less that she's pregnant. Not my body, not my problem. I can appreciate that. Thank you. But the things she does is too much. So my question would be, why is it too much? Why does the things that she does that bothers you, why is it too much for you? Like, why does anything anybody does too much for you? Because it's not your life, so you don't have to deal with it, right? Like, I don't know. That's just my question. I like coming around because Jonesing is a bus, and people take digs at me all the time for being a bus driver. I've been many other things. Um, and honestly, bus driving's my most satisfying career. I've got good benefits. I've got a good schedule. I love my kids. I hate my kids. It depends on the day. They love me most of the time. Like I said, it depends. But people act like being a bus driver is low, like it's a low career. Right. This community was promised. Are you talking about the Bees lawsuit? Full transparency on that lawsuit. But hey, let's talk about BJ. But that's why I don't call when people say, what about BJ's uh, fundraiser for her lawyer? She might have gypped y'all. I don't know. And I don't care. If y'all want me to discuss BJ's, then that means y'all want me to discuss Queens too. And honestly, I don't fucking feel like it. That's my point, Doodles. I just don't understand. Like, if you dislike somebody, Why, or if you dislike what somebody's doing, right? Why does it affect you to the point where you say it's just too much? It shouldn't be too much. You shouldn't care that much. Paka, paka. That was my bird call. I don't know, Tiny, and here's what I've come up with in my mind. Here we go, speed racing on the interstate. Swerving, not speed racing, swerving. You're swerving in and out. In between people. Shut your mouth. Why is it what she says is too much, but the ish that falls out of Clue's mouth is okay? Get real. Here's what I think, Tiny. I think it's, selective outrage in the sense of like, you're not going to jive with everybody, right? So I think for whatever reason, if you like Clue, it's more acceptable. If you hate BJ, it's disgusting,
I love BJ.
I love BJ's too. Okay, Betty. And I think it's normal to want to call things out too. Tony? Oh my God. I forgot what I was saying now. He almost killed us. Well, Miss Momikins, they can keep judging on my job. I'm 1000% satisfied and have been for 7 years. I agree. Okay, let me see. Well, that's some of my problem too. Like I can't stand to hear Granny talking about Brittany begging when you have begged yourself multiple times. And I think that's what I was going to say. I think it's normal to want to call out, but after 2 years of calling things out and seeing no change, what's the reason of continuing to call it out? I think I was talking about this with Melissa the other day. It's like it would make sense, like after a mod exodus and a new a new mod crew coming in, maybe you want to cover and hold live streams, let people know, the pattern of behavior by this person that you feel you need to come out and let people know. I can understand that, but the day in and day out, I feel like it's not getting anywhere. She's not changing for anybody. Well, that's what makes it look hypocritical, right? Like, and I have heard Teddy talk out about some things that she doesn't agree with that Flume has said or done. But she's more willing to forgive those things and forgive Clue's mouth because that's her friend. That's who she likes. As a creator, that's who she chooses. So things are excused for one. And just like somebody can love me and hate Queen, they'll excuse me for something that I do that is exactly the same as Queen and then condemn her for it. That's what makes it hypocritical. Only got me sick, y'all. I got a cold coming and it's starting to stall. Yeah, I don't, and that's the point I am too there. I don't think there's anybody like, I think if you want to give money to people for like their entertainment, send a super chat for the entertainment. I think that's different. But when it comes to like funding things for creators. I don't think there's one creator in this sector that I would want to give my money to, because they've all grifted, they've all dry bagged, they've all used or misappropriated funds. Tony was urging me on to get it out of my mouth. I did. Misappropriated. I did it. Like, all of them have done that. I wouldn't want to give anybody money.
Give me money. I'll grill.
Yeah, Tony will get on here and grift all the time. No, I'm not talking about. And see, Jason, I can't say besides Allie, besides Chafin, besides MJ, because then they'll say, oh, well, that's because that's your friends. No, I've chosen to intermingle myself with these people because they don't do those things, but people would never hear that. Hey, body. Oh, I think so too, Zoe, and I think that's what she should do. Well, that's still facts, though. It is, but they would just be like, "Oh, you think you say that about them because that's your friend, that's your group." No, I've never once heard Chasing Grift. I've never once heard MJ Grift. I've never once heard Jen Lou or Alex Erickson Grift. I've never once heard Nunya Grift. I've never once heard Deets Grift. I've never once heard Lady K Griff. Titanium. I don't think I've ever heard Titanium Griff. I mean, y'all can buy a candle. You know what? Mom just got some from, not a candle. She got some melts and warmer things from you. And she just gave me one. I can't wait to get home and put it under my little candle warmer. And see, that's what a lot of people think of when they hear how tired she is at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning when she's streaming and she's falling asleep. I understand the concern. I understand why people are saying, yo, like, you can't even stay awake on your stream. You get off your stream at 5 o'clock and then you take the kids to school at 7. Like, that seems dangerous. I understand that concern. I do. I just don't speak about it because it's just, it'd be unfortunate if something happened, if something terrible happened, right? But even if something terrible happened, it still wouldn't affect me. So I just don't talk about it. Y'all drop Jason's handle site, or Jason, you can drop it. But that's not a grift. That's asking. That's being straightforward. Hey, so some things have come up. I'm wondering if y'all can help me with it. Help me make this possible. That's different. Tony does grift though. He'll come on here sometimes and talk his shit. Ooh, Jason just made a bunch more. I get that, and that's what I was saying about. That's what I was saying. What is that? Oh, is that an anti-ice? We got anti-ice protests on a bridge. It's like 4 people out there holding signs. Oh, here's some more. Let me see if it says Trump is sick and unfit. But there were people standing on the other one. I wish I would have got that on camera. But that's what I was saying about Tiny's comment, Patty, is I completely agree with Tiny's comment, like how hypocritical it looks, but you got to understand that it does look hypocritical just because we all don't like the same things, or we accept things from our friends that we wouldn't accept from others. But we're all responsible for doing that. I've done that. I know, but it's also different ways of how you handle things, because I'm assuming, and this could be making an ass out of you and me, but I'm assuming when she said what she says, or when she does say what she says about Brittany J's mom, Hetty has admitted that bothers her and it hurts her heart. So I'm assuming Hetty talks to her friend behind the scenes about it. So what would I look like being like, Petty, what the that was too close? What would I look like being like, Petty, why don't you hold your friend accountable? Maybe she is holding her friend accountable in the background, the same way that Deets and Nunya do with me. But I mean, to be fair though, Deets and Nunya will publicly shame my ass if they don't agree with something. So Jason too. So, but you're not you're not a creator, right, Petty? You don't go live and stuff, so you wouldn't publicly go live but you did disavow her saying the stuff about the mom on my panel. So I don't know. Yeah, that's what she got. The wickless candles and wax melts. Mom said they are amazing. I haven't got to use mine yet. I'm gonna use it when I get home. Maybe the professional driver should drive. Well, he's a professional driver too. That's not what he's doing now for work, but it's what he's done a lot for a long time. Right, right, Andy. Yeah, see? Just like, okay, so here's what I'm saying about us. Like, let's work on the hypocrisy, right? You can understand how things look hypocritical, but you also got to be willing to understand that things are hypocritical, and sometimes that's just how it is. Like Petty said here, yes, I did call her out for that. I lost my mom, and I don't agree with that, but I still support her and will continue to do so. So even though I lied to Deets and Nunya about my FOIA, they let me know like how I hurt them by not being honest with them, and uh how it was affecting them and making them feel. But then they still chose to continue to love and support me. So I can't not Petty for that. Not adulting. I just don't like to harvest a channel or a chat where people are attacked for one thing or the other, because we're all just so different and we all think so differently. But it's when we let our emotions of a disagreement or a different opinion upset us. We shouldn't allow anybody's difference of opinion to upset us. We should never be that invested into a situation to where, we feel like we need to change someone else's mind about how they feel or what they think. Because that's not fair. I want a cigarette. There wasn't but one in there. You not gonna stop and get these cigarettes? What about where we stop at?
It's only 40 minutes away.
How long?
40.
40? It's not fair and it's a waste of time. You're gonna griff for Chasen's candles. Mom just told me what kind she got in here. Hold on. The scents I got are coconut leaf, salt breeze, and sugared vanilla. Yeah, no, you can't go anywhere. I will say, I was rooting Brittany on when that one woman came up there, and when Clue came up there, and she was like, "Who the fuck are you?" to that one woman. I don't even know you, bitch. I'm like, yes, clock it. And she was right. When Clue came up there talking her shit, she was trying to tell her, "I didn't talk about your kid, bitch. I ain't talking. I tried not to." She's right. She did try not to talk about that situation. They kept pushing it. And then that makes me wonder, why did they keep pushing it? To cause chaos. They wanted that drama. They wanted to get Clue worked up. They wanted to get her worked up. Will you crack your window? We have some air in here. Well, the reason the heat is on is for defrost. I'm about to punch you in the mouth. But yeah, you can't go on that panel and not get attacked. You should absolutely try them. And they're cheaper than Scentsy too, if I'm not mistaken. She sure will. She'll drop and mute or mute and then drop. Yep. I will give the bee this though. She like, I didn't take offense to Brittany thanking her when talking about like how the bees chat when she was playing Truth Live, they were completely disavowing it, saying how fucked up it was, the stuff he was saying. When she first found out Brittany was pregnant, she said she wasn't finna try to bully a pregnant woman. So when Brittany went up there and was like, I appreciate that and respect the fact that y'all didn't want to go in on my pregnancy, I didn't find any problem with that. I know some people did, but I didn't, because it was true. Like, the chat was not liking what Elevated Truth was saying, and Queen really didn't speak much on her being pregnant. So I just thought it was a genuine back and forth on that part. Yes, we had to tell Sue, you gotta go watch that. Oh, don't F with cats. That's right, Petty. That's the way to be. I can't with Truth either. Like I told y'all last time when I went and reviewed her live, if I felt like what Craig said in the background was creepy, I would absolutely come live and tell y'all, hey, like, okay, maybe Truth was onto something. But no, I think to say that the way he was saying it, what was it that Craig talked sexually about his daughter having a big fat ass? That is not what was said. Was it weird what he said? If you have a girl, she's got to have a big butt. Is that weird? Yeah, but then again, I feel like it's just him thinking out loud, like mother, like daughter. I don't know. If I was to get pregnant, baby, here we'll ask because Tony don't know nothing about this. If I was to get pregnant, and we were to be talking on a live stream, I was 6, 7 months pregnant, whatever, and you wasn't sure if we were having a boy or a girl, would you think if we're having a girl, she's gonna have a dunk like her mama? You'd hope she didn't have a dunk like her mama.
And she feel like a stick. Real manly.
He say he would not think that would be a normal thought process for him. He would think, I hope not. Protect that baby girl at all costs, ain't it, baby? You hope she come out looking like a man.
Feel like a
All flat and everything. Yeah, no boobs, no butt, no nothing. Oh. So is it weird that he said it? Do you think that's weird? Yeah. So is it weird that he said it? Yes. But I also think he doesn't think about the things he says. He does. I think he says some things wrong sometimes, but I also just think he's a weird fella. Like it didn't come across sexual to me. Okay, personally, when I went back and listened to it on Hartley's, it didn't come across that way to me. It did come across weird, but not sexually weird, if that makes sense. So, baby, if roles were reversed,
talking.
yeah.
What?
So you think him saying,
You don't want my opinion on me.
I do want your opinion.
No, you don't.
I want, this is a real authentic conversation. So I'm asking you, like, if you was to hear me say, she got to have a big butt like her mama.
I smack the fuck out of you.
Okay, but you'd smack the fuck out of me, but
Yeah.
oh God, DV, here we
See?
come.
No, I said you don't want my opinion.
But no, legit, do you find that sexual? Like, does it give you a sexual undertone or just a weird, like, you're just weird? Why would you think that?
No. I want my daughter to have fat ass. I'd want my daughter to be built
Well,
like
they were actually talking about Brittany's butt. And they were talking about how she's got a big butt.
right.
And then they were talking about the gender. And he said, because they had just finished talking about Brittany having a big butt. He said, if we have a girl, she's got to have a big butt, like her mama, kind of thing.
I don't
Does that scream sexual, pedophile to you?
know.
He don't know. He's not wanting to answer. It sounds weird, right? But does it sound pedophilia weird? Kinda. So to Tony, it does sound pedophilia weird. But I'm not coming out and doing a live stream on Tony's opinion. I'm coming out doing a live stream on my opinion.
Right.
It did not come across the way to me that it did Truth. And Truth made it so much worse by saying she was gonna have a big fat ass like her mama. That's weird that you even made it worse. If you got a problem with him saying she gotta have a big ass like her mama, then why would you make it worse and add to it? Why would you exaggerate it? So if Craig's weird for saying it, you're weird for exaggerating it. It didn't need to be exaggerated. It was weird. But see, do you hate me because I disagree with you? Well, look over there. Am I yelling at you because you?
Yeah, yelling me all the time.
Because your opinion's different from mine?
Yeah.
Am I yelling at you and
Right.
scolding you right now?
Physically abusive.
Yeah, sexy ass. That's what it was. Sexy ass. Truth made right? Is that more alarming? No. Craig said she's gotta have a big butt like her mom.
What's the context? What was leading up to that? Her mom-
Him talking about Brittany's got a fat butt and how Brittany used to be so skinny she looked like a little girl when she was pregnant with
Yeah.
the first kid. That's what they were talking about. And he was like, I prefer you to be plump like you are now.
Yeah.
If you got a big ass or whatever, the kind of conversation we would have, like big old ass, whatever. Okay. But then when they went into the gender, they talked about boy or girl. And he said, if it's a girl, it's going to have not a fat ass, a big butt like her mama.
But he said if it's a girl, she's gonna have
She gotta have
a big why?
I don't know.
Weird.
But then Truth took that and made it seem like Craig said she got to have a big, sexy ass like her mama. And that's not what was said.
I said it, but gotta have a big ass.
I'd have to play it for Tony.
Sounds like a PDF file. But that's just me.
If anybody has the quote, I'll take it and I can tell them. But don't you think it's weirder that statement was weird and Truth made it nastier? Like, why would you make that nastier if you felt like it was nasty anyway?
I hope your daughter have a big butt.
I don't think it was hope. It's not, I hope she's got a big butt. She's gotta, because it's a product of Brittany. So if Brittany, even skinny, had a big butt, and now she's bigger and has a big butt, why is it crazy for him to think if they had a daughter, she would be just like her mama?
The way he worded it.
The way he worded it, yeah. It is weird. I heard it when he said it. I did not think it was a sexual undertone, but everyone seemed to sexualize it for their own benefit. When I heard it, sexual didn't cross my mind. It's kind of like when you say she don't have a nose like her mama, or her ears are going to be like her mama's. But unfortunately, he went to ass. But I don't think it was necessarily a perverted undertone. Tony thinks it. Tony just said it's weird. Like, why would you say that? Says a lot of weird shit, though. Not about, he has said things. Well, he doesn't have a track record of ever doing it. But he's got a track record of saying things behind her when he's drunk that they hyper focus on, right? They bring it out to the front and they cover it. There was something he said about little girl hot, like he made that comment on something. I haven't heard that yet. Yeah, it does. But I don't even know the context of the little girl hot thing. Yeah, context, Joneson. Hey, Shady. He loves big butts. I thought he said gonna too, but they swear up and down that he says gotta.
If he's sick,
and so then that's what changes it, right? So when I first heard it, I said, okay, he said she's gonna have a big butt. I mean, probably so, but then when Chasen was on Queens, we listened to it again, and then I was like, okay, I can hear gotta too. So we don't know technically if it's gotta or gonna. Either way, it's weird. Yeah, people really do hone in on him in the background. Well, that's my point too, Remy, is why make it worse if it's weird? If it's a weird statement to say in the first place, okay, Craig's weird for that, right? But what's your excuse for exaggerating it and making it even more sexual? That means you're a weirdo too. Y'all are both weirdos. No, Tony knows who Truth is. Truth. I gotta explain to him. The autopsy, the DJ, all the things. Now he knows. Yeah, now he knows who Truth is. The weed. Yeah, the weed stuff, all that. Yeah.
Connoisseur of all.
Yeah, and a master of none. That's how I explain these YouTube people to him. He said, y'all, he said, he texted me the other night when he was at work. I guess he was on a downtime. He said, Cletus, what'd you say? Said Cletus thinks I'm ugly? Or something like that. And I was like, oh, so Cletus don't think I'm pretty? And I said, I guess not, baby. He said you look like Dolly. It's because Tony seen the short I put up to Cletus. And he said, Dolly is wild. To think I look like Dolly is wild. Some people do think you look like Dolly. But here's the thing. We're better. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We're just a more aesthetically pleasing couple, I think. I'm biased, though. I understand that. But it's like, don't look the way you're looking. And then he did that out of nowhere. I wasn't even involved in anything. They were reviewing something. And, Brittany was reviewing my live about truth. And so since Clue played that portion, he felt like he needed to come in and say, well, so, when your man looks like Dolly. You don't get to look the way you look and talk down to other people. That's the problem here. It's embarrassing. Like one of them little rat dogs with the fringy, scary, sporadic hair with the tongue hanging out to the side because the teeth rot. You don't get to look like one of those frantic ass dogs that talk shit to my man who isn't on here talking shit to your old lady. So you want to make this about mothers. You want to make this about lovers. My man ain't on here talking shit to your old lady. Shut the fuck up. Don't even bring him up. You want to talk about lovers. Well, let's do it. So I'm ashamed the fuck out of you every single time because aesthetically, he's better looking, carries himself better, dresses better, runs his business better. He does all the things better no matter what because you sit your ass on the platform day in and day out bullying women. Fuck you and fuck your feelings, bitch. Better character. That's what I'm saying, Bethany. Like, we are and I know the normal thing is to say, nobody's better than nobody else. That's just not true. Right? You agree? Nobody's better than nobody else. That's not true. We are superiorly better than y'all. We are top notch compared to y'all. And I would expect her to feel the same about him, right? Like I would expect him and her to feel like they're superior to us. Huh? What'd you say? No, for real, what'd you say? He said something about mirrors. What? What did you say? He said something about not having mirrors. And don't talk shit, because then that's opening yourself up for them to talk shit on you. Oh, no. Oh, God. I asked him in the text, I said, did it hurt your feelings? He said, baby, there ain't a man still alive today that can ever hurt my fucking feelings or, have an opinion on me that I accept. that means the only man in his life that he did was his daddy. Is that what you meant by that? So now that his daddy is resting in heaven, there ain't a single soul on this planet other than me that can make him feel any kind of way about himself. Craig also says he has blonde hair. This is a good example. He also says he has blonde hair. He don't. the one that makes those weird comments. BJ Fan that made that comment. Also, he comments that he has blonde hair. And he doesn't. It's brown black. So, yeah. I don't think he acts emotionally unfiltered. I think everything he does is performative. It's an act. He's fake as fuck. Clock that, Zoe. Because let me tell you, the last 2 live streams I've heard of him, he is begging for people to review him. And all you're doing, motherfucker, is letting me know everything you're out here like. Because after I reviewed the first stream where he was talking mad shit to Brittany about the pregnancy, right? I reviewed that stream. And I told y'all after I went back and heard what Craig said, I would let y'all know how I feel about it. After that stream, he went even harder on the next stream, right? And I listened to maybe 10% of that live stream. And I was just like, okay, no, you're putting on a fucking show. You're wanting me to review you. You're wanting that. You're seeking that, right? So then I just didn't go live about it. The next stream he did was him traveling somewhere with Clue on the panel. And I heard him say, oh, can't wait for this to get reviewed tomorrow. Why the fuck would you want this to get reviewed? It was absolutely nothing. It was the most boring live with you trying to make stupid ass jokes and Clue trying to carry your panel for you and interact. Why the fuck would anybody want to review that? That right there let me know that everything after the first reaction of her pregnancy was bullshit. It was fake, performed, put on a show, and I didn't buy tickets. So, oh shit. Hey Jude, $1.99 super sticker. Thank you, baby. Like, once I know that's what you want from me, so now what I'll do is I'll bow out and wait until I see an authentic response again, and then I'll go in again. But as long as you're putting on a show, yeah, I ain't got nothing for that. That's just, if I would have continued going back and forth and doing the reviews of him after that first one the other night, it would have just been contributing to the chaos, and I just didn't want to do that. I don't know where he was going. Oh, you want to talk about the accurate definition of coat? What's that, riding coattails? Yeah. Reviewing Clue streams that she does on Kick on YouTube and putting his input. You are 100% riding that bitch's coattails. I hope she leaves your ass behind. I don't know. He's creepy, but let me say this. They are. Clue will come out and say something nasty and grotesque, and Truth is like, here, let me try to top it. And then Clue's like, no, let me top that one. So it's all just bullshit. It's all performative. I think Truth is creepy. I think he goes through things. And I did hear him cussing Brittany out about bringing up his childhood trauma. She did not bring up his childhood trauma. He brought that shit to the internet the other day. I went back and listened because I heard him accusing Brittany of talking about his childhood trauma. He absolutely did not. She simply said, you are projecting your trauma onto other people and you need to stop doing that. I've said that 100 times. It's true. Like, that ain't nothing about, like, talking about the details of your childhood trauma. No, No, that's not. It's just saying work some shit out and stop putting it on everybody else. But I do want to make this clear. Even though Truth's brain goes to certain places that I don't agree with on most all situations, I don't think it's creepy in the sense of like maliciousness. Like I don't think he's a pedophile. I don't think he's a pervert that way. I don't. I just think that he's just got a creepy mindset. I don't know. I did want to make that clear though, because I do see him responding to people that they are treating him as if he's, a pedophile or a predator. I don't think that at all. I just think you're a creepy dude. But I don't know if it's creepy to fit in or if he's generally creepy in his real life or if he's just creepy when it comes to the internet. Because he's had issues, right? He was kicked off of TikTok, banned from TikTok. Like every profile he tried to make, they got his ass banned. There is a reason. I know some of the reason, and it was still a creepy situation. So I just don't think it's kid creepy. I'll put it that way. And he says that people are trying to make him out to be a pedophile or a predator. When I say creepy, I just want to make it known right here, right now, that's not what I mean. Not for me. I just think he's a creepy adult and he's creepy to other adults. That's what I think. He just wants to fit in so badly, which can be very off-putting and can be like, are you being creepy this way just on the internet? Because I can't see you being that creepy in real life and even still having a wife. I've told y'all 100 times, if I ever walked in and heard Tony cussing out a bitch on YouTube or the internet in general, there would be no time for discussion. It'd just be done. Like, because that's weird. That's weird behavior to me. Would you agree? Would you expect that? If you was to, he's in his own world, y'all. If I was to come home from work and hear you on YouTube or on the internet in general, cussing out another woman, talking about her fupa, talking about her sex life, like, I would just be done with it. Right? Wouldn't that be a normal reaction? Because at that point, this is not a man. This is not who I got with. And if he ever ended up doing something like that, he would not be the same Tony I grew with. I would not want to be with somebody that could do that. It's just let the women handle the women business, and you stay out of it. Oh yeah, I agree, Body. Tony is dying to get out of the car, Tiny. Are you dying to get out of the car? Just chilling. We have these conversations sometimes when, like, if I'm being given a hard time or being attacked on YouTube, I will have these private discussions with him and, like, let him know what I said, what I did, what they said, what they did. And I will get his general opinion on it. Like, when I said that that's Clue's type, not mine, when I was talking to Tony about it, he was like, I mean, yeah, that's kind of fucked up, Jess. So it was like, but it's what I feel. So he was like, yeah, but you don't always have to say what you feel. Well, most of the time I'm really good about keeping my intrusive thoughts out. But the more I get aggravated with people, the more they come out. So I then have to have the self-awareness To be like, okay, maybe I should stop covering that bitch because these intrusive thoughts are going to keep coming. Because I'm fucking agitated. Shut up, Stevie. Get a shot collar. Brittany could zap his ass when he gets out of line. Yes, body. Yes, there are. I agree. Bethany, $10 super sticker. Thank you, baby. I appreciate it. Here, let me play something for everybody that sent you some goodies.
I just filmed it in case.
Grab him by the dick! Twist his dick!
Good old dick twist. Yeah. That was true at the Portland riots. Thank y'all. Whoop, whoop. Cop squad, right out. Ugh, God. See, there you go. I rest my case. Ugh. So, I'm not going to cover truth until he starts giving his authentic opinions again, and then I'll go after that ass more. As long as he's being performative and putting on shows to get a reaction, nah, I'm good. And I can tell the difference. I can tell the difference. Be your authentic self, Truth. That's one thing I can give Clue. I feel like she's, for the most part, her authentic, nasty self. I know, Dee Dee Bucks. I agree. I think that happens a lot, though, Dee Dee Bucks, because it's happened to me with Queen subs. It's happened to Queen with some of my subs. Like, we get really invested. I've learned a lot the last 2 years, though. Because none of my subs or my friends know Queen personally, you know? None of Queen's subs know me personally, but we all still can't stand each other. But it does change when there's like, when you add the obsessed part into it. Like, Queen's not going over me all day, every day. I'm not going over her all day, every day. So, but back then we were. Back then it was tit for tat. A year ago, year and a half ago, it was back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I don't think they won't change either, Dinky Bucks. I really don't. All right, I'm getting off here. I'm going to look up some places to eat where we're going, because I thought we were going to downtown Athens, and that's not where we're going. We're going to Jefferson. So, but thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for having a respectful conversation and being kind to each other, even when you didn't agree. I think that's it. I might go live later tonight. I don't know. We'll see. But I'll catch you later, Gators. Make sure to hit the like or dislike on your way out. Have a good Saturday. Bye.